Okay, so we're trading today till 10 if we wanted to. Um, it's an hour and a half. This is a long trading session, so I'm probably just gonna I'm just gonna take it easy. Just try to be taking the obvious trades today. Um, and we're just trading the NQ. I've already determined that. Only the NQ. Um, no trades on yet, so let's just get started. All right, weekly chart still down. Daily chart can probably go lower, but it hasn't made a high yet. It just immediately went down, right? So, or that's what I see. Um, let's look at the daily and see if there's any difference. No, just about the same. So, if that's the case, it's looking like it can break that high and then come down and break that low. In my opinion, that low of this low is able to be broken. Um, it could probably come up to here, this distal line, but let's look in the 60-minute and see if that's a thing. This is bullish, but in my opinion, this is not something that I would join. In my opinion, just because on the daily chart, um, the daily chart just seems like it could it could go lower, but and the weekly chart says the same thing, but I don't know. So anything is possible. I could be wrong. It could go upwards all the way to the open. In that case, it's 965, which is way up here. It could go all the way up there. That's a large move. So at this point, I think I'm just gonna. Um, I don't. I'm not. I don't have a long-term bet yet. So we're just gonna leave it kind of tell us what it wants to do. That's what I'm. That's where I'm at. This high of day not high of day yesterday, but certainly a pivot point is important. Um, that would be the 240-minute right here. I think that is important. So if this wants to rally up all the way to that, I would consider taking shorts there. That means all the way up to this distal line. I would protect this distal line with shorts ahead of it. It doesn't really look to be such a good zone. I'm more interested in up here. I would go short there. As it's coming back, it could easily break the low, man. Easily break this low, and if it breaks that low, where is it going? This thing could go all the way down and break the weekly low. It could. So, but then if it goes upwards, there's not much stopping it either, all the way up till here, and it could pass by those because these are small zones. It could go up to here. So, I think the day is set up for a trend day, much more like a butterfly instead of a condor type day. Um, yeah, I mean it's the normal 8:30 um, battles going on in the smaller time frames. I'm not necessarily bullish or bearish. The way I see it is there's just demand down here, right here. There's buyers there, in my opinion. If this goes and drops down there, I'd imagine that it buys. I'd imagine. But I'm not really bullish on this whole structure to begin with. So I'm not. Why am I going to put money on the line? It's not fresh. All right. It's dropping really good now. On a 15-minute, it's dropping. Wow. Okay. I'm going to let it chill, let it choose what it wants to do. Okay. All right. Let's start anticipating. Because I have no trades on, I kind of just am letting it do its thing. Let's anticipate what's going to happen. I think it can break this low. That's what I think can happen. I think it could break upwards a little bit more and then perhaps get involved right here. I just don't know how far up it's going to go. That's all. I don't know. It's not that good of a zone here. Look on the 1 minute. It's not that good. Yes, it dropped, okay, but that doesn't mean it's gonna drop again. I don't know. And then now this thing's going up. All right, so this is bullish, especially if it breaks at a high. And there's not really much supply stopping it, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Gosh. Okay, broke the high. Let's see some continuation. Okay. Check the daily out. The daily looks like it's about to break out. It's a little comeback bar. Anytime those happen, it can go upwards. It can just drive upwards, I'm telling you. That's what I think. So it's likely that this zone's going to be hit today, and I'm not going to take it. I'm deciding that at right this second because it's just not that good of a PE for me of protecting extreme zone. It's just not that good. It can happen. It can work, especially on the 240-minute chart. That 4-hour chart looks kind of perfect for that because it's a holding split. But it's just not. I on the smaller time frames, it doesn't look that good, and I don't like how it also interferes with these lows here. It's the same price. It's just too, I don't know, obvious. I'm just not gonna be there. It's too public. It's too public. I don't like that. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. If it does break lower, yeah, sure. Or yeah, I'm down. But this moment, no. Finally, the 15-minute bar prints. This is coming down. It's likely to break this high. Oh, wow. This is a much larger retracement than I thought it would be. Wow, look at that retrace. That's a huge retracement if it's going to break the high again. It might not even break that high. Might just say no to all of it. Stay at noon. Really? Look at that bounce, bro. What? Now it's a short. Now it's a short comeback bar protection. Now it's a short comeback bar protection. My stop loss is here. Hold on. Hold on. Breakout bar prevention. My target's down there. That's too much of a target, in my opinion. Let's do comeback bar protection. 1-to-1 is down here. 828 flat. 828 flat. 828 flat. Get out. 1150 profit. 828 flat. Gotta take a picture. Targets hit. That was a comeback bar protection. So quick it happens, I tell you. Now no orders on, but we just profited. But it was, man, that was a quick trade. But I couldn't even mark it down. It happened so quickly. That's a 3-minute comeback bar protection for you. So that's what happens. The comeback bar protection is when we're looking at this comeback bar, and we're trying to prevent it from breaking. That's all. Prevent it from breaking. Because if it were to break, I think that would be unreasonable without at least some retracement, right? That's where I'm getting at. This comeback bar prevention, where it is right now. Look at price. It dropped lower so far down, and I saw that it was like way overextended. Like, wow, this is much more of a retracement. And then it's coming up to break the high to notify that this was just a retracement, because if it breaks this high, it's really bullish, right? So I'm looking at it. No, that went way too far down to not have some sellers there to load the boat again. And that's precisely what happened. It's battling that right now. So it went up, down for the retracement, but it was too violent of a retracement. Now it's coming up to break this high. It can't just fluidly go up. It's likely going to go short. And that was the first time. And it didn't bounce back and forth. It was my entry right at that dashed line. And my target was right at that first blue line. And it happened within 30 seconds. It's boom, profit. And that's more than 3 apples, which is awesome. I got to mark that down, though, because that's the hard part. Just staying up to date on all this. This is a comeback bar protection. 7.5. This is, I would say, a 3-minute comeback bar prevention, but also a 15-minute comeback bar prevention. And also, this is all inside of a breakout bar prevention. Breakout bar prevention, and I just measured it as a comeback bar prevention. That's all. And boom, we broke the high, and it's running. It is running. Look at it break that high. Turn around. 3.8 apples is my profit. 3.8 apples is probably my risk. 3.8 apples we made. Let's take a look at how far it went. And it's gone... I don't know, bro. I mean, that's hard to know. It's about 1 to 1. 1 to 1. And then we can get rid of that screenshot. 1 to 1. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. And it broke, and then it's coming right back. Playing with this high at this point. I'm happy. I'm not a big trader at extremes, at these extremities, because there's just so many games, man. I think there's so many games being played at highs, especially high of days. The higher the low of the day, there's just algos just stacked, bro. I'm not a big fan, because I know from me trying to create algos that it's just easier to do this when you're looking at highs or lows. It's because you have to tell the market to look at some price, and there's a high, there's a low, there's an open and a close, and the high and low just seems to be the go-to. So just a lot of things happen at highs and lows, that's all. This trade is over with and done with. It's booked. 698's booked. I forgot how to label it. It was just a 3-minute comeback bar prevention. That's all it was. Yeah. And I measured it as a comeback bar, not a breakout bar, but I labeled it as there's also inside a 3-minute breakout bar prevention. And the 15-minute comeback bar prevention was also inside a 15-minute breakout bar prevention. Breakout bar prevention is the same thing, but this is just saying that my stop is on the comeback bar prevention, not the breakout bar prevention. And that's how I labeled it. It went 1 to 1 with a pivot in the zone. Pivot in the zone of 25%, I'd say. Maybe. I don't know. And now it's coming up big time. Yeah, I'm going to say 25%. I don't know exactly where price was. Maybe 50%. Fine, I'll say 50% went in. And then that, yeah, okay, that one's done. 3.8 apples profit, but 3.8 apples of risk at the very least as well. So next time, try to measure before entering. Entered without measuring. Need to label that, because that's what I did. Otherwise, we could have had 2 more. We could have had 4.5 apples if we did 9 contracts, but we did 7 because I didn't know the risk. It just happened so fast. But you just have to anticipate. I was on my phone. That's the problem. You got to anticipate. Anticipation is what I'm trying to work on here. That's why we're only doing one market right now. NQ is the only thing I'm trading right now. Look at that bounce upwards. This is pretty much primed to go short on. I'm going to say no to it. It's just too obvious. It's too public to me. But there's a lot of obvious things that happen in the market too. So I just see that there's a holding split. This current entry bar is overextended. It's past distal lines, and it's protecting free space above it. This is a classic holding split short. Generally, they do work at least for a 1-to-1 bounce. So even in current bar, it should go for a 1-to-1. Now, do I take the trade just because I know this information? I don't know. I mean, it looks bullish. It's coming up to this distal line. It's overextended. It's protecting free space. There's everything really contributing to it, except the smaller time frame doesn't look like a good zone here. If this was an actual good zone, so look at the 3 minute. Yeah, it's a zone. There's base candles, but it's just really not. It's just not the formations that I usually look at. That's all. But that doesn't mean it can't work. It probably will work. I'm not gonna lie. It probably will work. But I'll just leave it be. This is more bullish than I thought. Let's look in the daily because the price has moved. Wow, it hasn't really broke that high yet. So usually this is a comeback bar. Just when I did a comeback bar prevention, that's what happened on this day. It did do a comeback bar prevention. But the reason why I protect a comeback bar from happening is because if this current bar goes green, that would be bullish because it's it went down, but the bulls bought it up, and now it's green bar. That's just a complete reversal. That's a reversal bar. And if that were to happen, I would reckon that there's some bullish movement. Mario Kart has these acceleration paths, these rainbow freaking acceleration paths where you drive your car right on the acceleration. That's what I see here. Where my acceleration is right here. Once this turns green, boom. I think that it'll launch price upwards. In my opinion, there's anti-breakouts. I take anti-breakouts where this is fake. It's going to go up, but that's what people think, and then it actually barely nicks them in and turns downwards. In my opinion, I think that this comeback bar would probably work, but I don't know. Cause it's battling the high right now. It's looking like it's battling the high. I reckon that it would go up and break that high. That's what I think at this point. It's doubtful that it won't. So, might as well go up. You could go long, right? Not right now, but you could go long. I don't know how you'd get in. Okay, so I'm bullish now at this point. I was bearish to begin the day because I'm doubtful at this low, but I'm bullish now because I do think it'll break this high. And in that case, we can hold on to it. We can hold on to the trade for a little bit. So all we have to do is figure out how to get in long. Okay, 3 minute. The 5 minutes bullish, 3 minutes bullish if it goes up, but it's bearish if it prints red. It's about to print red in 30 seconds. If it prints red, there is probably some bears there. I mean, sell orders. Oh, whoa, what? 9 o'clock just happened, bro. What just happened? Holy shit. Bro. What? I'm glad I didn't have that on. Look at that go. Look at that breakout. Look at the breakout. Okay, so it just broke that high. I'm guessing it'll continue up. That's what I would think. Wow. I don't know what happened. 9 a.m. Something happened. Okay. I'm taking this short up here. It's just too classic to take. It's perfect. I don't actually care where it would be on the daily chart because that's a holding level, man. It's a 1-to-1 holding level, 6 contracts at 917.5, 917.5, 6 contracts, 917.5, 917.5. My stop loss is at, this high is at 929 flat, 929 flat. Oops. Um, 929 flat, perfect. My targets would be a 1-to-1, 905.75, 905.75, 905.75. Perfect. Look at that. Okay, this is precisely what I want to see. We have to replace this trade, but I'm only going to take a picture if we make entry on it. Now let's look on the daily chart and see where it is. On the daily chart, it's pretty good because it ripped past this. Okay, look. In my opinion, I want to double. Hold on, I want to double orders. I want to double because I'm confident. I'm confident in the trade working. Oh my gosh. It barely hit entry. Okay, now we're in. We're in. Our risk, so our reward is 28.20. Our risk is 27.60. 27.60 for 28.20. 27.60. 9.2 apples. My reward is 28. What is it? 28.20. 28.20. 28.20. Take a picture. Take a picture. Come on. Take a picture. Quick. 699. 1440. 15 minute. That's perfect. That's what I want to see. 28.20 is my reward. Remember that. 28.20. I gotta do that quick. I gotta take pictures of this, man. That's a 5-minute zone. That's perfect. I want to see a 1-to-1 though. All I'm asking for is a 1-to-1, which is not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad of a zone. 902 entry, 699 zone. Take the trade. 28.20 is my reward. Is that right? 28.20, which is 9.4 apples. I'm just going for a 1-to-1. This is 9.4 apples. This is a big trade because I doubled. I doubled for a reason. I doubled because confident. Double because confident and overextended. And target is just a 1R. Wow, my stop loss was almost hit and looked like it will be hit. Oh, darn it. I was really confident in this thing. I was really confident in the trade working out. I don't know what it's going to do now. Protecting free space of 2. Low. OE of 3. Recency is 4.3. Magnitude is 4.5 x 10. What else can we say about it? That's it. I would say protecting free space of 3 and narrow. This is a narrow zone. That's a good point. The caliber is small. You know, it's a smaller caliber because look at it. It's a small zone. It's gone 100% PIZ. I would say, hold on here. If you really look at the 1 minute, it's gone. Targets hit. Targets hit. Targets hit. Get out. Get out. Get out. Nice job. Great trade. Well, thank God for a win. Thank you, God, for a win. But it was still, it was an excellent trade. So it went actually 25% into the zone and down for 1-to-1. So that's really important. 25% into the zone. That's a 25% pivot in the zone, PIZ it's called, and then 100% PIZ after that, because 100% PIZ is right here. We were 2 ticks away from stopping out, yet it turned around for us and got us profit. Imagine that. Imagine it actually working in your favor. That's amazing. That's a good thing. 0.25. We have no trades on at this point now. We're just chilling. But that we're just marking down our trade. I'm gonna take a picture quick just because we need that information in there. But it's it's a lot easier to trade when we're just all we're caring about is documentation. That's all we care about, is just making sure everything's well documented and everything has its place. It's like cleaning your room. It's just nice and clean. That's what this is. That's what we want to have. Clean rooms. Clean rooms. All right. So I don't know on the daily chart. Let's take a look on the daily chart where the heck this is, because this is important. Let's go on the daily picture. The daily picture did accelerate. So it hit that breakout, it turned green, and it went up. Did it go up enough? I'm not sure. I don't know precisely. I don't know what might happen on the day. All I know is that, oh wow. All I know is that it went up, and it's substantial. But now at this point, there's a comeback bar prevention. Just like I did earlier today, we can see it on the weekly chart that it's a comeback bar prevention. Comeback bar preventions are before this candle turns green. So it's likely protecting it from turning green, because like we saw on the daily chart, once that bar turned green, just like it is now, it went up aggressively. And still going. It looks bullish. Now, if the daily bar turns green, look at all the green bars ahead of it or behind it. This is extremely bullish if it turns green. And I think whenever there's a picture that is too much in one direction, such as this one, if it turns green, there's going to be people on the other side saying, don't let this picture happen. Don't let the picture develop. Don't let it look so bullish. Therefore, it has to protect it from turning green, because at that point it would be breaking out upwards. So it's protecting it from green. Anywhere from now to that line would protect it from green. So anywhere from that line. At this point, it's turned pretty early on, but yeah, that's the case right now. I think it can go up a little bit more before that happens, but it's likely what's going to happen. The weekly chart doesn't want to show it. I just want to briefly look at the volume profile. Let's take a look at the volume profile. The date would be 12/04 yesterday. Let's see what price was yesterday. All right, so the prices yesterday were lined up. This is where the volume was traded at. So these lines up top is likely where, if it does come down, this is where the bounce would happen. And that would be about 850. About 840. About 840. So if you can see any zones at around 840, that would be an odds enhancer for that zone. So when coming back down here, let's go to 840 right here. Okay, I see some zone right here ahead of time, but let's take a look. The 15-minute, there it is. So I don't want to take smaller pictures, this right here is the entire zone. Right here. That's it. And you could go down just for the holding split. That's a holding split low, protecting free space of 1. However, it's outside local distal line, and it could be overextended downwards. Depends on the approach. But this is generally where the buyers would accumulate. And I'm not saying that this is just going to launch price up. I'm just saying that it's going to at least hold price from going down. And then I would use it as some type of boundary. All right, price just retraced downwards. Right now, this is an excellent short. I don't know why I'm not taking this, because this is a breakout going downwards right now. This is a breakout. Absolutely for a 1-to-1. 1-to-1 would be down here. Targets hit. If it's down here, I don't know why I'm not taking this trade. Whatever. I'm just going to let it be. I should probably anticipate that ahead of time. I was looking at it, but I was also looking at this zone that I'm plotting out right now. But I'm going to let it be. We are the humble, quiet, smart traders. That's what we're trying to be. It could roll up into the supply, but now we've found a distal line. This gray box now is holding sellers. It's this looks good for the sellers. And my zone actually would have worked for much more than a 1-to-1. But we don't seem to hold on to trades for very long. It's just not something that we do. Let's take a look how far it went. It went 2.5 to 1. Excellent. But either way, it's a good trade. Either way. All right, now look at it jam upwards. That's weird. That means I think it's going to go short. I think it's going to go short. But wow, if this jams upwards, that is a bullish bar, man. That's surprising to me. I kind of want it to go upwards just so we can have an ability to short way up here instead. But I don't have a horse in the race in the big picture. I don't care. I'm just going to read and react. This holding split down here is likely a boundary, but the 5-minute becomes confusing because there's not an actual free space. It does become confusing. That's not good. Wow, dude, look at that turnaround. What the heck? So it went up way bullish, and then it just got sent back down. That is bearish, man. It broke that high. Did it break that low yet? No, it's about to break that low. If it breaks that low, man, that is just extremely bearish, right? Look at that go. If that breaks that low. It hasn't broken that low yet. I almost want to just go short right now. Just intuition play. Just out. Just short because that's what we think is going to happen. But I don't know. Anything is possible. It's not as high probability as my trade up here was. Oh, I should double. Say double. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Very cool. And it still hasn't. Oh, and it prints bullish. Wow. Wow, man. I think it could be the high of day right now. I think it could be. Look at the daily. Oh, sorry, let's go back to the daily. I needed a daily picture. Oh, yeah. So it could be the high of day. It could go lower, and if it breaks that low, That would be a continuation downwards. That would still make sense to me, but it would need some type of factor to make it go low, right? I would assume it could go lower, but that is aggressive to say that it's going to go lower and break the low. But then otherwise, we're just counting on it being a doji type of day, no direction. Doji, it could do that. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen on the day picture. I don't actually have any bets. That's why I'm holding my targets 1-to-1, because I don't actually know. I don't have a direction, one direction. Usually I do. Oftentimes I do have one direction that I think it's going to actually go based on that daily chart. And that's what I try to base my trades off of. This day can just do all things. It could go upwards. It could break lower and break that low. It could do that comeback bar prevention, what's happening right now. If it comes up a little bit and then it can get pushed downwards, but not breaking that low, which that would make this daily picture be a doji. Means this daily bar would be no direction, basically. Or it could go upwards, print about where it is now, and then the next day comes down, breaks that open, and goes upwards. I don't know. It depends on what it wants to do, higher time frame. At this point, this looks like it's going down. Still hasn't broken that low. I want to see if these are the same low. 88.25, 88.25, yeah. Never broke the low. Likely gonna go down. I don't know. All I know, I would say, if this launches downwards, I think that this demand would likely work, this holding split. Especially if this zone ahead of it breaks, it goes sliced right through it. That's even better. Kind of like what happened here today. It sliced right through this supply, into my supply, and that is, I'm happy about that, because that approach is pretty much money. That's why I doubled my size on this trade. Was that approach was overextended, level 3. I mean, it went past distal lines. It was pretty much perfect. I gotta say, outside local distal line, that's for sure. Oops, a trait. And then past distal lines, I think. Yeah, that's great. Cool. This looks like it could continue lower. It's not enough. I'm not gonna go short on it because I don't know if it's created the high of day. I'm just not confident on that daily picture to do anything. I'm just not fully confident on it. That's kind of why. If it does break lower, I feel like I'd go long, but this is already forming a long. If this long doesn't work, then maybe give it up and wait for then the other bulls to appear. Right now, it's just this supply against this demand. It's actually pretty funny. It's this supply versus this demand, and that's where it's going off of right now. I think the demand's gonna win, and if the demand wins, it could probably break the high. So I'm gonna wait though. All right, we've got 40 minutes left of the session. This is bullish. Anybody can say that, though. Anybody would acknowledge that one. It's likely going to break out. I would probably go long right now, to be honest with you. That just looks right, right? It looks right. It looks like it's about to break. Boom, broke out. Nope, not yet. Right here would be my trade. Do you want to take longs? I just don't, like I said, I don't like high of day. I don't like high of day bullcrap. All right, broke out. My targets would probably be on this other side of the line, probably right here. Right here, this blue line would be my target. Let's just let this thing happen. And it did. It would hit it. It would hit. Boom. Targets would be hit. If I was long, I'm not. I chose not to take that trade. I'm gonna let it dance in front of me, man. That's what I'm gonna let it do. I'm not gonna frickin' just do anything about it. I just want to measure this. Wow. Look at that turnaround. That is ridiculous. A little ridiculous in my opinion, but that's what happens at high of day. That's what freaking happens. Because people think it's bullish, but then they get absolutely trashed. Trashed by it. I just thought that. I think that's ridiculous. But whatever. Let's see what happens here. So it's coming back to this demand. That makes sense that I would bounce from there. Is it ready to go short on the high of day? Yeah. It's also bullish, so I don't necessarily think that that's going to happen. The 240-minute chart's going to print when? When is the 240-minute print? That prints at noon, I think. 8 o'clock and then noon. So this candle is just gigantic. Let's see here. I think I'm more short on this thing because it's just overextended. But hey, look. It's been sitting around here yesterday. Like, does it mean... Man, it's kind of in range. I don't know. I don't actually know. I'd consider going short on this one if it comes upwards and does what I'm thinking. I don't know. Yeah, that just looks bearish, in my opinion. I mean, right? It just it breaks the top and just gets absolutely launched downwards. What on earth? All right. I would consider taking this demand open, holding split. I'd go for a 3-1 on it. I would consider this. I don't think it's likely not going to work, but that's why we put a 3-1 on it, and we're only risking 2 apples on it. This thing might not even happen. It won't even let me. It won't even let me in. Yeah. This is buying territory. This is where the buyers are. It has to push really strong through the buyers if it's going to go down. Because the buyers are going to eat it up right now. They're going to... This price has to push. It has to push low. It has to put the gas pedal on to go lower. Because this is buying territory, man. That's what this is. And they do. Wow. They do push the gas pedal. That's awesome. That's good to see. Now we know what the market's direction is. That's the high, bro. That is absolutely the high. Okay, so when the market pushes downwards, Where are we going to catch it? We're going to try to catch it here at this holding split that we planned out. We planned this out for a while now. This would be my entry. This would be my stop. So if the market does go fall this way, we're just anticipating that that is going to catch price just for a little bit. In fact, I'll take a coupon. No, I won't take a coupon on it. But I'm not going to go for a 1-to-1 because this is such a wide zone. I'd go for a 0.75 to 1. And that's my choice. Yes, that is my choice. I'm going for 0.75, which is contract-wise is 3 contracts, and you're risking 6 apples. It's fine with me. It's fine with me. But we might not enter this yet. Actually, it's nearby, so we are entering it. 3 contracts at 84525. Let's call it 845. 3 contracts at 845. It's likely it's not going to hit yet, but whatever. My stop loss here would be this low 816, which is 1815.75, 1815.75. 1815.75. My targets would be 1-to-1. No, sorry, 0.75 to 1, which would be 865 flat. 865 flat. 865 flat. That's actually so reasonable, man. That's so reasonable. I love reasonable. Higher win rates. That's what reasonable means to me. This thing is just sailing downwards, which is great. Great news for us because now at this point we really want it to continue lower right into our zone because that would be reasonable for it to go up, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to chop around, unfortunately, like it is now, coming upwards. And remember this volume profile. As price goes lower towards this volume profile, what I see here is right here. This is the band of higher volume, what happened yesterday. It's likely going to get into that and push away from it, which is precisely where my holding split is. However, it has to go deep inside that zone to get me in. My entry's right here, halfway in. So that volume profile is a contributing factor of why I'm doing this trade. It's just a contributing factor either way. Now it's coming upwards. I'd be more willing to go short on this, but that's not my trade. I'm not risking money on that. I don't know. All I know is that 15-minute, it didn't come down. It bounced. This is a very big bounce now. It's likely too big of a bounce in my opinion. But look at that 15-minute, man. I mean, it went kind of close, kind of nearby what I wanted, but decided against it. At this point, I'd be in short. I am actually going to be in short now. I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to drive lower. This whole thing is actually what I would think would go short, and I'd go for a 0.5 to 1. This would be an H-S, 43.5, 0.5 to 1, which would be 2 contracts. 2 contracts right now. 2 contracts. My stop losses. Let's just cancel all. Take a picture. Take a picture. My targets are at 0.5 to 1. Remember that. 700 is my zone number. And it's a 15-minute short. I'm doing this because I think it can get to 0.5 to 1, which is right here. I think that's reasonable, which is 871.75 is my target. 871.75. 871.75, which is, oops, 980. 980 divided by 300, which is 3.3 apples. Is my reward 3.3 apples. I need to put my stop loss in place real quick. 930. My stop loss is this high, which is 937 flat. 937 flat. Which is a lot more. 1630. 1630 divided by 300, which is 5.4 apples is risk. I am going from 0.5 to 1 because it's a wide zone. I'm just saying 15-minute H-S, demand open, protecting extreme, long wick, and wide. Those are all the traits that I have for it. And end of trend as well is there. The furthest it's gone is 0. Right now it's just continuing. This is a good trade. I'm risking 5 apples for a possibility of 3 apple reward. I'm kind of cool with that because that's what this trade is. It's a smaller, it's a long zone, but I'm only asking for a 0.5 to 1. It's not actually crazy amounts. 700 is risked there. Yep, I think it's cool. On the daily picture, let's just show that, I guess. Yeah, that's not going to show anything. It's too hard to see. 0.5 to 1 is down here. This is kind of a zone to my zone, but at the same time, I think it's reasonable to ask for 0.5 to 1, which is down here. I don't know. This looks way bullish, man. It looks like it's saying no to me. And if it does, that's a bummer, but that's what happens. We'll see. Risking how many apples? 5. 5.5 apples. That's a tough one, but that's what I get. That's what I get. You gotta do it. I'm just looking at the trades. That's all that matters at this point. I'm not really interested in, yeah, I don't know. I think that this is I think this is totally going to go short, in my opinion. But you know what? I don't need to risk more than 5.5 apples. I think it's totally going to work going down here, but so you can double up if you wanted to, but still there's just no need to risk more than 5.5 apples on this trade. That's already a large amount, and it's just not that precise of a zone to risk, 10 apples on 11, 12 apples. That's getting too much. It's just too expensive. But yeah, I do think it's gonna work. At this point, let's look at the smaller time frames and let's see what's going on. We only have 25 minutes left. I'd still want it to go lower. I'm short, and I'm also good. I'd be long here at this holding split way down here, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. It looks really bullish at this point. It's a bummer, but it looks like I'll stop out. It's more likely to stop out now at this point, because look at my exit point is right up here, but my target's way down here, so it's about it's not likely to win at this point. It's right now it's a 70% chance of losing. It's a bummer. All right. Now let's see here. If this does go up, which it obviously looks like it is going to, this is an interesting spot. That is an interesting spot right there. I think that's bullish right here. This little demand right here, I really think that's going to really pull price. I think that's going to work. This tiny, tiny zone, it could work for a freaking lot. A lot. I think it could work. I'm net short right now, but I could get out. No, I don't really want to. I'm just not going to do that. I don't want to trade back and forth, but I can tell you that this zone right here, I think is totally going to work. Right there, that blue zone. I think it's totally going to work. But hey, market, prove me wrong, because I'm short right now. Prove me wrong. If it can get down to that split. Why I say that is because this picture on the 1 minute, anytime there's a clump of price right here, that's demand. But if it does break that demand and go into this holding split, protecting free space underneath, that is a money zone. That's money. I don't trade the 1 minute, but that image is shown up so many times in my journal. That is classic. And those things can go for a long time. 10 to 1s, it can go break this high. That risk can go all the way up here. But wow, it is relentless. Look at that. That is relentless. It's very likely to break this high now. Why did I bet and put my stop loss on the high of day? It got me. It totally got me. I didn't think it would be this bullish. I thought it would go lower. I could get out now, but I don't get squeezed out like that. I mean, it's not an ego thing. It's more of a tracking thing. How am I going to put in my ledger that, oh, early exit because why? Because I didn't feel like it's going to work? Or it looks too bullish, it looks too much against me? Well, what happens if you early exit but then price still goes your direction? It's like, bro, now you're trading another variable, a variable that says, do you exit prematurely or not? And that's a whole nother thing to track and look at. So I just say nothing. Just freaking, I have my targets and I have my stops, and then just let it happen. It can take 5.5 apples from me, but it cannot have my soul. It can take 5 apples from me, but it cannot have my soul. You will not have my soul. It's not. It is not for sale. That's fine with me though. All right, so it's bullish if it does happen to go upwards. Look on the daily picture. It's just bullish, man. I think it could probably go all the way to this highs, but that high is the weekly high. Not saying that it can go break that weekly high. It's just, is it going to? It can. It could break that high. It's likely some shorts ahead of it, but like at 980s for sure shorts, I would think. Which would be up here, way up here. So up in this area, likely some shorts are gonna want to push it down. Yeah. At this point, this target is not looking good. It's too bullish, man. Yeah, we'll see. 20 minutes left. Wow, look at that turn. Look at that. That is bullish, man. As you can, bullish as you can get, really. I'm surprised there's any shorts at all right now, to be honest. This shorts only have one thing in common. This high. And my stop is there too. I'm with them. Yeah, we have our stops there. The longs know it. Longs know that high of day is gonna be a freaking profit if it breaks. But come on, bears. Reinforce me here, bud. Reinforce me, bro. Help me out. Come on, all we need to do is break this pivot and break this split, and we're gonna be dropping today. Come on, bears. Help me out. I don't really care. Alright, let's go. The 5 minute looks like it's gonna pop upwards, and if it does do that, let's take an image of that. This trade upwards. If it breaks that high, it's a 2-bar bubbling upwards, protecting free space of 1. Yeah, that would be breakout up. Oh, here's my targets. I don't know. That looks bullish to where you just hold on to that sucker. There's not much shorting up here. There's not much. So yeah. Let's do the volume profile of December. So first is right here. Second is right. Oh, first and then the third is right here, and then the fourth. So, and the fourth was yesterday. So let's do the first, December 1st. Let's see where that price is. December 1st. Okay. Let's see where it is. There it is. Okay, so it's pretty well binomial. It's at the top, it's at the bottom. So right now it's charging the bottom. If you look at price right now, it hit the bottom, and now it's going up to hit the top, which is 14s. So I think price is just about to lose right now. Yeah, it's about to break this high. That is really bullish, and if it does break that high, it's likely it can likely slide up all the way to this high, which is 16 grand. This is just rather bullish, so you could technically hold your longs. I'm just not comfortable in holding any longs at all. Look at that. Yeah, that's breaking out. My stop loss should be really nearby. Yep, right there. Good. My stop loss is right there. I just want to know that that's protected. Yep. Man, is a 5.4 Apple L. If that breaks, it's likely going to. But if that does break, where's it going? I don't have any stopping point on the upside, so that's bullish. I'd still rather get in long here, but that's what's happening right now. It's about to crush and pops. I got to take a picture of this. Boom, 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 out of that position. That's a bummer. And look at that price break upwards. 5.5 Apple loss. Ouch. Ouch. That hurts. That definitely hurts. It inflicts damage. 0 NA went nothing. It completely destroyed me. Negative 5.4 apples. At this point, let's reassess quickly. What are we doing? Where's price going? Price is going up. Daily picture. Looks up to me. Weekly. Looks like it's condensing that weekly. Let's look on the smaller time frames and see what we can do. Okay. It's rather bullish. Smaller time frames, good. Let's take a look. I don't want to short now because it's already happened 2-3 times. I'm not gonna say that, but this thing is going up very fast. That's all I'm saying. And I'd be willing to go in short if it gets there, if it continues like this, because this is just really really too much. Look at that go. It's just stretching. Very stretching. Okay, now it's going down a little bit. Oh, wow. It's getting sunk. Wow. Another retracement like this. This is so weird. Just retracement, retracement, and then now it's retracing again. Wow. It's kind of lame, I guess you could say. At this point, the only place I'm running along is this blue zone. I get that this is a distal line right here and then this right here, but my point would be this blue line. That blues box, that little tiny holding split, I am down. I'm down for that. You got 12 minutes to do this, something like that, though. Probably won't happen. Anticipating, I think. I don't know. Let's look at the weekly. This is pretty much perfect for a comeback bar protection, but I'm not the most confident in comeback bar protections. Just because it's already done it. It's already been playing with it. You know, there's already profit to be had. This big retracement was the profit. Now it's going up more, you know. Where's that weekly high? Gotta plot that in this chart. That weekly high is right there. Alright, so it's going up. I would like to see it go up even more, and then go short. The weekly high is right here, this one. Um, 30-minute chart is just so bullish. There's not much we can do about it. Yep. Look at that go. Alright, so you could take anti-breakouts if it goes upwards. You could take a breakout upwards if you think it's still going to go long. You could take a 2BB predict right now and vote that it's going to go upwards, and break the high. That's possible too. I like that actually a lot. And it's already doing it, so you can't really do it. You could take it a breakout. How far up do you think it can go? I don't know. I'm not that confident and all around. I'm not extremely confident in it. I want to see it be unreasonable. All right. If this thing wants to go down like this, I'm willing to go long as a comeback bar prevention. That is the most risky play ever, though. Are you sure you want to do that? Yeah. I am. I'm sure. 2BB predict, which is an H setup. 7. That's 10 contracts at 45. It's already happened. Alright, fine. Um, 38.25. I like it. I like it overall. I like it. Take a picture. There we go. This is zone number 701. I'm going long. I haven't been entered yet. Dang it. Freaking A, bro. Left without me. Damn it. Look at that go, too. 2-1 already. Wow, bro. Unbelievable. Yeah, so that happened. I'm going to place it because, hey, I placed my orders. That's absolutely in the trade book. However, I did not actually get filled on it. That's the only thing. So 953. We have to track it as if we made entry, unfortunately. 3 minute holding level. Excuse me. H setup is a 2BB predict. Protecting free space of 2. And it's gone 2-1, 0% Piz. And I didn't actually place entry, so that's what happened though, unfortunately. Just, it sucks because I knew, or like that was the trade, and it didn't fill me. Actually, it didn't fill me by, doesn't matter, but 2 ticks. But you know what? Earlier today, I got saved by 2 ticks, so freaking who cares? If this, let's say if this goes up more, I'd take an anti-breakout going short, just because I think it's overextended. So I would like to see it go, because it's already 2-1 on this 2-bar bubbling, or 1-1 on 2-bar bubbling, but the 2BB predict was 1-1. I just think, oh man, I'm gonna say narrow or micro. I'm just gonna say narrow. No, I'm gonna micro. This next trade, if it goes up, I'd be willing to go in short. If it goes up too far, just as an intuition. I know, or anti-breakout. Look at this one. Like, this is about to break out upwards. This is a holding level creation, protecting free space of 2. I mean, this is classic, but I'd take entries at 1-1, so that's where I'm taking entries. Right here would be my intuition zone. So if this does go up, I'd be happy to do it. Of NQ short int, we have 5 minutes left. Hopefully that happens. 15.75. I'm gonna say 25% off. 6 contracts at right here. 980.25, 980.25, 980.25. And then my stop loss is at here. 992.75. 992.75. My target would be a 1-1, would be right here, which would be 960.75. And that's only if this thing breaks outwards. This is kind of like this would be an anti-breakout, but I wouldn't count it as an anti-breakout because anti-breakouts are right on that breakout line, which can happen too. So this needs two things to happen: things to break out, the anti-breakout not to work, and it keeps on going up. That's what we need. Those are prerequisites to be able to have this trade on. As far as right now goes, we're just chilling though. The orders are placed, but price needs to go upwards. So it didn't break out. It did not break out upwards. However, 5-minute can totally still break out upwards, and it still looks bullish. We want it to look bullish because we want the bulls to lose at some point. That's my opinion. Darn it. 10 o'clock. No more trading. I have lots of ideas, but time limits are good. Good things. They really are. This one has gone 2-1. I'm saving everything, and you know what? That's how it is. We are profitable on the day. We've only taken 3 trades. Yeah, 3 trades. We wanted to take that last one, but it didn't allow us to. Anyways, 3 trades, a sum of 7.8 apples profit on the day. Let's see if that matches up. 2257 divided by 300. 7.5 apples in actual profit, but we've got 7.8 apples on the ledger. That's only a 0.3 apple difference. This is fantastic. The trades are booked. All of the orders are done. We're liquidated. We're all cash heavy. The pictures have been taken. 701. Good. Everything's pretty much well accounted for. and the only thing we're tracking right now would be this trade, this 2-bar bubbling predict. Everything else is done. Awesome. It's good to see. This looks like it might fold over anyways, but anyways, that's 7.5 apples profit. Bro, what else do you want? You know what I'm saying? Super happy. Good trading session. All right, peace.